A teenager by the name of Logan Stiner in Ohio recently died after he had a caffeine overdose. Now, many Americans drink a significant amount of caffeine when they have coffee in the morning, in the afternoon, sometimes at night. But did you know that it could actually kill you? Well, he was found with more than 70 micrograms of caffeine per milliliter of blood in his system. Now, that's problematic because it was 20 micrograms more than what is considered lethal for human consumption. So he suddenly died, and his family was obviously thinking this is just a freak accident, but when they analyzed how much caffeine he had in his system, they realized that it was an overdose. Now, keep in mind, he was a very successful high school student. He was a wrestler, and he was also chosen Prom King. However, after all of this happened, it did raise questions about how far people go to succeed at things, because obviously caffeine is a stimulant that could give you an edge in certain things. So what do you guys think about this? Hank, make your point.
My point, what the hell is wrong with teenagers these days? When I was a teen, the only thing I ever OD'd on were episodes of Dawson's Creek and Ally McBeal.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
right.
too.
This is so ridiculous that I think there's part of him too that's also like a badge of honor. Hey, I'm ODing right now on caffeine. Check me out. Who knows? God rest his soul, but that's how I feel about it. Crazy.
Kim?
Well, I think a lot of us, myself included, probably use too much caffeine and sort of forget that, yeah, it's probably not so good for us to have all the time in excess. And this does ring close to myself because I do this too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I went to the doctor and I noticed like these cysts, and apparently caffeine can give you I'm just gonna put it out there. I had cysts in my breasts.
Girl.
And I thought that I had cancer because they feel like hard lumps. And the doctor was like, you are consuming too much caffeine. These are cysts that are caused by caffeine. So just know that even though it's a common thing, it's still considered a drug. And having it in excess is definitely a bad thing. It's very harmful for your health. Nonetheless, a moderate amount of caffeine could be good for your health based on certain studies. So just do everything in moderation. As with anything you consume, moderation is key. Now the question is, have you used a substance in excess to give you an edge either in work or school? Hank?
Yes, nothing so crazy as caffeine, but food is my stimuli.
Wait, hold on, can we stop for a second? You think caffeine's crazy?
It's not crazy. I think ODing on caffeine is crazy.
Okay.
I think if you have so much of it that you die,
yeah,
there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a substance that is legal, that facilitates productivity on a certain level, but if you, it'd be like ODing on ramen. It's like, really, you had so much ramen that you died.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that is pretty extreme.
Yeah, but to answer your question, yes, I'm a perpetual eater. I'll eat like 10 meals throughout the day, and that's because my family, Asian post-World War II, we, waste not, want not, and so, if you don't finish that cheeseburger, it's getting wrapped up, thrown into the freezer, and it's coming out for dinner in the microwave. So
I come from an Armenian family.
Right.
We do not throw away leftovers, so I hear you. Kim?
Also Asian. So, yeah, this is, when I was in college, I had a lot of caffeine. I got to the point where I was taking diet pills just because I wanted the caffeine.
Wow.
So that maybe this could have happened to me. You could even buy on Amazon like powdered caffeine, and it's scary because you could buy lethal amounts, like a tablespoon of this stuff.
I love that you mentioned that because in this particular case, he was taking caffeine powder.
See?
So he could have also been drinking coffee, but caffeine powder was the real problem here. And of course, it's like a condensed version of it. So it could be very, very harmful to your health, obviously.
What's it meant for, baking?
Yeah. You guys have to be careful with that stuff.
Lab use, I think. You're not really supposed to buy it for yourself and consume it.
Yeah. So to answer my own question, I've used Adderall before to give me an edge. I'm going to put it out there. And I think a lot of people have done it. I do not have ADHD, and it's not something that I do regularly. I tried it once, and I was very candid about it on the show because we had done so many stories about college students abusing it to have an edge during their midterms or their finals. And so I did it one day right before the show, and that was literally the best show I've ever done in my life. I'm going to put it out there. I did both hours. Cenk was out of town. It was just me and Desi Doyen, and I was like, I read through the stories within an hour. I did research. I sat down. I took charge of that show. And I was like, I had this false sense of confidence as well, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. So I don't recommend it because it's highly addictive. It's amphetamine, which is also very, very bad for your health. And so addiction is nothing to fuck with. So I'm not trying to endorse the drug. I'm just saying that certain substances are used to give you an edge, and you've got to be careful. Yeah. So share your stories, guys. Have you ever done anything in order to kind of cheat? I mean, Adderall is a performance-enhancing drug, if you ask me, right? And also, what do you think about this story involving caffeine powder and this teenager tragically dying as a result of a caffeine overdose? How much caffeine do you consume? We want to hear from you. Share your answers in the comment section below. We'll see you guys soon.